In troubled times, this great country of ours lives under a curse, and that curse is Edward, the illegitimate King of England. And you join us as we prepare to fight against Edward and his Yorkist supporters. We intend to replace him with the true King of England, Henry VI of the House of Lancaster. So I must now know who here will bear our colours. Tell me, are you with us? No! Good. The Wars of the Roses rages on, and we must prepare ourselves for a siege. We intend to besiege the city of London and take back the throne from Edward. But those walls of London, they are thick. So we must prepare our soldiers, weapons, equipment, animals, and that monstrous machine. Our ultimate weapon, one of the biggest, most powerful siege engines in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Warwick Castle Trebuchet! That is Ursa, Ursa the bear. And Ursa stands at 18 meters tall and weighs a colossal 22 tons. And we will carry her to siege London. But Ursa is state-of-the-art in trebuchet design, for you see, we have 2 crane wheels on either side of her. Those wheels mean that we use manpower to load the trebuchet. Long gone are the days of using animals, powerful animals, horses, oxen, to tow down the throwing arm. Now those wheels are connected with an axle. The rope is tied to the throwing arm, then the rope connected to the axle. Then we send 4 souls into the belly of the beast. 4 soldiers, 2 in each wheel, and their job is simple. They walk within the wheels. Walking that way turns the wheels, it turns the axle, and tightens the rope around the axle, therefore pulling down the throwing arm. And on the throwing arm at the base, you see a box that rises in the center. That box is the source of the energy of our trebuchet. It is the counterweight. Now that counterweight oak box weighs 1 ton, empty. We have filled it with almost 5 tons of rocks. So, we have 4 people, just 4, lifting almost 6 tons of weight just through walking in the wheels. An absolute feat in engineering. But what you witness here is a test of our trebuchet. We have to make sure that it works correct. And that all 300 components that form this machine lock tight and don't shake loose when we pull the trigger. But we also test them then inside the wheels. It is their job to walk. But you couldn't ask for a worse job. Incredibly tough. No matter what weather is thrown at that machine, it doesn't get any easier. And once the arm reaches the back, the man in charge will place in the trigger and lock it down with 2 safeties, a pin and a chain. And their ordeal will not be over. You will see the winders turn around and continue to walk in the opposite direction. Now the reason being, the rope that is used to pull down the throwing arm is gathering around the central axle, locking tight. If you pull the trigger and shoot the trebuchet with the tow rope on the axle, you will destroy your trebuchet inside out. And that's just embarrassing. So, who better to take off the rope than the people who put it on in the first place? The winders walk in the opposite direction to unravel the rope, then we can test our trebuchet and shoot a fireball. Once the test is complete, we take the machine to pieces. We load it to wagons, then to the river, onto barges, then sail her off to her fate. Now, Ursa has the capability of reducing city walls to rubble, and of course, killing hundreds of soldiers where they stand. But the siege, it could last weeks, most likely a few months. But with God's good grace and Ursa's power, we pray that it is swift. That was Edward and his spineless Yorkist dogs prepare themselves for the siege. Nothing can prepare them for the power that awaits. Our cause, it is just, it is true, and defeat will not be our destiny. Not this day, and not any other. Come on, men, wind harder!
This winding job is the worst. Run faster, wind harder. That's all right for him to say. The pain in my legs is excruciating. And I have more winds of this wheel to come. The worst part is the sickness. These wooden wheels are full of slats with gaps that create a flickering light effect when we wind. It makes us dizzy, which brings on the sickness. If you know what's good for you, you swallow it down. Throwing up in a wheel isn't pretty. Not only that, but you slip over for sure. And whether it's sick or the rain, to fall over is the worst thing to happen to a winder. I'd be carried to the top of the wheel and fall on the axle, breaking my back for certain. I just keep looking forward and running as much as I can. Sometimes this job is given to blind people. They don't suffer with the sickness then, you see. Giving up and falling out of the wheel isn't an option either. I promise you, it's not worth the lashings you get if you try. Come on, man! Not long until that rope's free!
Good work, man. Keep moving. Now you see the man at the rear of the machine in red. He is the one in charge. An engineer known as the master of the trebuchet. It is his job to oversee the construction and the operation of this mighty engine.
I am a master of warfare, and this machine is my finest weapon. As trebuchet master, Ursa is my responsibility, and it's my job to keep her wheels turning and keep these lazy dogs moving. Come on, men! Get up those wheels! This machine can shoot a projectile up to 300 meters at 150 miles per hour. But I have to shoot this machine every 6 minutes, or the Kingmaker Neville would have my head. There is no room for error. This is war, and we have to win. We have a few tricks up Ursa's sleeve. For castle and city walls, we throw rocks to smash through and expose the enemy. We can shoot dead and rotting animals. These spread disease among their camps, killing them off slowly. But we can send the pale-faced heads of their Yorkie spies back at them. Send them a message that we are strong and will not give up without a fight. It's time to show these Yorkists what we are made of, and use the ultimate missile that will strike fear into the hearts of even the most valiant of knights. A fireball!
Excellent work, men. Get this machine loaded and ready to launch. So our trebuchet master has selected the fireball to test our trebuchet this day. An excellent choice. For when we reach the city of London, we will surround it with up to 60 war machines. Now with Ursa being the biggest, she is the ace up our sleeve. And we will throw fireballs into the heart of the city, attacking the Yorkist enemies, giving them a very simple choice. Surrender or burn. Trebuchet Master, I want this machine ready to launch on my command. Begin the shooting sequence, remove the chain. Now pull the pin. Step down, prepare for launch. Now give fire. Hold to the flames. Hold. Hold. Loose!
Ty brďo. Já to nemůžu ani chytit tím foťákem.
Lords, ladies, gentlemen, the Warwick Castle, trebuchet! Now that is not achieved without an awful lot of hard work. So good people, I want you to fill your lungs and give the biggest cheer you have ever given for our trebuchet master,